Hi, Will, get to Payne's Crafty Creations. Thanks for taking time out of your day to hang out, chit chat, craft, and create with me. We're going to be doing the binding tool today. I got this at temu, I think it was. It's been a few weeks since I've had it. I've only used it a couple of times. So I got my pages all set to go, and what I did to soften them up, I kind of tore them a little bit. I sandwiched them between some wood pieces like this, and I added my clamps onto them like that. Then I took one of the rasps here, and they're sandwiched like this. I took one of the rasps, and then I went like this with it, back and forth, to give that little bit of a torn edge on them. I did that to this part, and this part. You don't want to do the folded part on those. And then I put them all together, ready to go. And now we're ready to use our tool. So I want to have a piece of paper covering my spine first. So what I'm going to do is take my glue. Are we going to be dry? Like, this one tends to dry out a lot. So I'll go to this baby, because this one does not dry. Just get that glue down at the tip there. So we're going to go ahead and apply glue everywhere on our spine. Just like that. Then we're going to take, and I got this really pretty pearlescent paper that I wanted for the spine on the inside. We're going to put that down and spread out our glue. And this is how I do it, and not everybody does it the same way that I'm doing it right now. I just want to have my spine covered so that I can put down and then have my ropes inside the spine, so they're like hidden kind of deal. So just like that. Not everybody's going to do this style. And then we'll fold this over like that. And fold that one over like that. We're going to cut a little bit of this away. We don't need all that there. Just like that. So that's going to be like on the inside of our book. Spreading out that glue a little bit more. Now I'm going to do 3 signatures, so I need to decide where on here I need them to be. And I want to have them even. So we are at 1.5 inches. So 1.5 inches. I'm not good at math right now. So let's grab our pencil, 1.5 inches. So let's do here, here, and here. That looks good, right? I'm not very good at the math thing when it comes to fractions. So we're just going to eyeball it. I think we're going to be good. And I'm going to go all the way down. I need to move this one over just a little bit. I think that will be good. I think that looks good, yeah? So let's put our holes. We want to do every inch. We're at 6 inches. So let's go 5 inches, 1 inch, and then 3 inch. That looks good. I'm just going across like that. That's going to be my poking part. So we're going to poke at each one of these right there. And just poke through. And I have a mat down. Poking, poking. And we're going to flip it over. You can see our pokey holes right there. Just going to grab it and we're going to push all the way through. I've got my fingers on the outside of the hole so I don't poke myself, because I have done that and it's not fun. There we go. Get that one a little bit bigger. Let's start him off a little bit like that, so I'm not poking my fingers. And I also got this all from Temu as well, and I can link them down below if you're interested in these products. I'm not gonna make any money because I signed up for the affiliate thing, but I don't do it. I don't have time. I thought I was gonna, but things changed and I don't have time. So I got my holes all ready to go. My books are gonna go in there, but before I do that, we need to figure this part out. So these are gonna fold over on here, but we need to do this part first. So we need to figure out where we're gonna put them, where it's gonna go in here. So we've got this piece here, right like that, and we're gonna tuck that right up against it, just like that. So that piece is in there. Okay, we'll fold this back up against there, because that's gonna create our thing anyways, right? So let's get this centered, just like that. Have our little tool. My tool got bent in shipping too, which I didn't think could happen. So just like that. Line that up with that piece there, that little square shape. And then you're gonna line that up with that square shape, and that's where you're gonna glue. So then mark it just like that. We'll add our glue to here. And I'm trying to get the glue everywhere. Just like that. And we're going to take this piece here right on that line that we have. Just like that. Give it a good push down. Smush that glue around. Just like that. Beautiful. So we're going to come back in with our little guide. We're going to take our piece here. Now we're going to go over to here because we have our line there. And we're going to go back over here. And we're going to make sure that's even right across. They all line up beautifully. Beautifully. And let's make a line up here. Okay. We've got our centerpiece good. We'll add our glue here. We'll put that back on those lines so that we know exactly where they're going to go. So that piece is good there. Bring that over there, make sure we're still even. And we're going to drop this baby right into that spot, making sure we stay even. We'll take that out. Make sure we're even here. We're still good, still good. Let's give us our pencil marks here. There we go. Now we know where we need to be with that one. Just like that. So we would add this one right in there if we weren't doing the hidden spine there, just like that. So we have our mark here and our mark there of where we're going to put it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that part and I'll come right back. I actually changed my mind. People have asked how I do this part, so I should show, right? changed my mind. I was like, wait, people want to see how this part's done. I've been asked a few times, so I'm just gonna take my string and go around like that, cut it, and I leave a little bit of a tail. Thread that through there. It's always the fun part, getting it into the needle, just like that. So we're gonna take our lovely piece here, and I'm gonna create those holes right on that spine. So we have it where we want it. I'm gonna find the fold, line it up. Let's go right into here. We're gonna line this up with that top piece of the page, just like that. Get it right in that fold. Line that up. Poke through. And we're right in that fold. Line that up. Poke it through, just like that. I'm gonna grab this because we're on the fold. Move it over a little bit. Make sure we're still there. Let's put that needle there so we don't lose our spot. Just like that. I'm gonna grab this one here, making sure we're in that fold. Poking through. I'm gonna grab the crochet hook there. And then this one should pop through that fold too. Beautiful. So now I have that beautiful marking there. So I'm just going to take that and go right over to the next fold and do that with all three of them. Line it up. Get it so it's lined up in there. Just like that. And then we'll grab this next one, do the same thing. Line that up. So I still have my sections because I really should have just used these guys through there. So I went back through and I changed out the pieces, these clipped ones, to these ones because I think they work better and I'll be able to keep track of my papers better. So we're going to line those back up right on the top there. Lined up, beautiful. Lined up there, beautiful. Get them all lined up. I'm gonna grab these clamps here. Make sure I'm still in that fold. And then just poke through all three of them at the same time. There we go. So now we've got all of our pieces together perfectly. I'm gonna grab the bottom of these. We only need 2 for each set. And then we'll sew them in place. I'm gonna start with the thread at the back. I'm gonna start here in the middle. Sorry, in the middle. And we're gonna come up in the middle of that one there. Just like that. And it's gonna spin a little bit, but that's okay. We're gonna go up here into this one. And then go into that one. Go back into that center one. So you can see it's a little bit open still. Still has a little bit of movement. Try not to get into that piece there. And then bring that up in. Go in here, back into that center. And just like that, I'm gonna pull tight and make a knot. My thread is a little bit longer, but I wanted to show it so that you'd be able to see it a little bit. And we'll just put that into our little mixed media board thing. And we have our first piece ready to go in our journal. So I'm going to repeat that process with these ones here. And try not to grab so much this time. Grab those. Such fun part, threading the needles. Leave a little bit hanging. Put these two together here with another clip because we don't want to go up into those. So like before, we're going to start in the center here. We're going to come up here, grab our book, go in the center of that one, just like that. Pull it so that we have a little bit of extra thread in the back to make our knot. We're going to go up here into this hole right there. We're going to come out. And when we're pulling, we're making sure we still have enough here to make a knot with. We're going to go back into that second one. Back into that first hole we went through. And then into that one, just like that. Pull through because you want to have it nice and tight. And make a square knot. Just like that. A little bit extra there, but that's okay. We'll have some for mixed media later on. Oh, my glue's getting everywhere over here. Completely forgot to put the cover back on. Apologize about the beeping. They're still doing construction in the parking lot. It's our second week with it. Hoping they're done soon. So let's grab those. Okay, so we're on our last one now. And we're going to go through that center hole again, up through. Go to this hole here, saving that back one because we don't want to backtrack through that hole. Leaving enough to make a knot. Going in there. Getting right into that hole we went through. Trying not to go through our thread. And then we're going to go up here, grab that, go through that hole and through that hole, and then create our knot on the back. Pull tight, create our knot. And again, I have a little bit extra, but that's okay. Okay, so we have our signatures inside of our book here. And our book is ready to go inside our spine here. And we're going to put some glue on here. Okay, so I have the glue I want. I'm going to use my Scotch because it dries quicker. So we're going to apply our glue here. And we're going to go right into these lovely little spots as well. Get it right in there. We're going to saturate this as well. I love using this for journal making because that glue is going to be on there. And it's going to hold all these yummies in place. So we've got our lines here and here. We're going to take this piece here and we're going to butt it right up against this line. And when we're doing it, because we have that fold, we're going to make sure we're up against this line too. And that's going to go right in with our piece. Make sure we're doing that everywhere. We'll grab this piece here just to make sure before we push down that we're lined up on the top. Just like that, because once we push down, that glue is gonna be there. And we're just gonna push down. And that glue is gonna adhere really fast. And we're gonna flop on the other side and push down here, just like that. We're gonna have some bumps on there, but that's okay, because we can cover the spine with another piece to give it like a really composition-y book look. So just like that, we have our spine in. Let's go ahead and add our glue to this part here. Actually, I want to use that other glue. We'll use this one up. So we're going to add our glue right here. And we're going to push down with our spine thingy. Our spine thingy. With our piece here. And we've got that nice little fold going on. That channel that was created. I'm going to use this to get rid of any excess glue that's going to come out of there, because we're going to have a little bit come out. And that's going to create that nice little crease that we need right there for our book. And this side as well has that. So we're going to add our glue here. And we're going to push down with our fingers first. Grab that piece there. And I'm going right into that well. And then outward. And this glue dries really fast, so we want to clean up any mess. Beautiful. So that's going to create that piece as well, just like that. So now we're ready to do the rest. We'll grab our tool. So here comes the fun part. We got our paper there, like that. This is gonna give us the amount of paper we want around our spine. Then we got this part here. Hello, I just had it. There we go. Like that. That's gonna sit in there. This is gonna be up on your paper. So we're gonna get rid of that piece there. Just like that. Remove that corner. If I had a sharper blade. There we go. So we're going to do that with all the corners. Flipping it so it sits on top, just like that. Flip it. That part's going to sit on the top. That part's going to tuck right in. So you're not guessing what you're going to cut here and miss, you know, how that little edge showing. It's going to be perfectly done. And then I want to come over here and just go down straight there. And over here, the same thing, go down straight. And I'm gonna cut across, just like that. Do the same thing over here. We're gonna line up with that edge there. Line up with the edge of our chipboard there. And then cut across there, just like that. And I have a little bit of leftover on my spine, just like that. Almost grabbed it with my fingers. That would not have been good. at all, right? All right, those will go in the scrap bin. So now we're going to apply our glue here and here and here to create that fold. But you can train your fold first by going like this, right along those edges. And then you just apply your glue right onto those flaps. So right here, bring it forward, just like that. Move that glue around. And then do it over here. Bring it forward. Move that glue around by pushing down. And you're going to repeat this process all the way around your book. Bringing it forward and moving that glue around. And if some of it comes out, you just wipe it away. Train our folds. This has become a really nice tool to have for this purpose. Wow, that glue blobbed, didn't it? It blobbed a little bit. Almost out. I need to get a new bottle. I think that's why it's blobbing. Get those little bursts at the end, and my tip broke on this one too. It's not happy. Okay, so the next part we're going to do is we want to have the cover. So you want to choose your cover size. So for the cover, you want to measure in here or have it already measured. I do not, of course. I thought I had it, but I missed it. Find my one part. Okay. So we want to go right up to this part here on that fold, but stay over here. So we want about 3 1/4, just under 4, and just under 6, I think. Yeah, just under 4 and just under 6. And we need 2 of them. So we're going to go just under 4 here, this way. So my cutter is at 4, so let's go just under the 4 mark there. And then we want just under 6 this way. Just under 6, so right there. Make sure it's going to look good. Yep. Just under 6 here. So we'll add our glue here. And I'm using the tip on this one to kind of move it around on the inside as well. And then we're going to go right to those edges there. Right to that edge. Just like that. And move that glue around. You want to get it nice and tight to the edges. And I had glue on here, so it's a little bit on my paper. So there we have that side. We're going to flip it. We're going to go to this side. Check before we glue down that we are good on this side as well. Kind of move it around a little bit with the glue applicator. And kind of eyeball it again to where you want it. Just like that. It looks good, right? And there we have that part all set to go, let's remove the clips. So we have this really cute journal now. So I'm going to go ahead and decorate it up my own way, and I'll include a little video clip at the end. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.